Boom. Ooh, that's a nice sound. Are we live?
We are.
We are live. Welcome to Screwed Up Podcast number 5.
With me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and the run-headed buffoon that is Cathal.
Yeah. We're giving you yesterday's news today. I'm Cathal. This is Max. This is Vincenzo.
It's funny because it's true. We're like 2 weeks late on every news that we come up with on the podcast.
That's unfair.
No, it's about 2 weeks.
We need time to process.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we will talk about Leaving Neverland, a documentary on Michael Jackson.
Yeah, on HBO, I believe. Yeah.
HBO, yeah. And it's not fair to say it's a documentary on Michael Jackson, because it's more a documentary on the parents, I think. That's my first idea about the documentary.
Have you watched both episodes?
No, just one.
No, there's 3 episodes.
But the third one is interview with Oprah, so it's not the documentary.
Okay.
An interview with Oprah with whom?
With the guys.
With the 2 guys
that got touched and
allegedly
blessed with the touch of Michael Jackson. And also, no, we only watched the first one, and yeah, it was rough. It was like almost 2 hours, which is fucking, but it was interesting. I don't know if I believe it all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you think? Do you think Michael Jackson touched young boys?
Did he put his finger up it?
Wade's ass.
Wade's ass. Wade's 7-year-old ass. I'm of the opinion that there is no smoke without fire. However, I do also believe that there is no hard evidence there. It seems to me that there are only two eyewitness accounts. Very detailed eyewitness accounts, very disturbing accounts, very emotional accounts. But nothing actually, no actual evidence really.
Right.
And when you read up about kind of the history of the 2 boys and how they've been involved with Michael Jackson after their events that they recalled and before this documentary, it's kind of revealing.
Yeah, but after, you mean that what they are talking about, that Michael just pushed them away and stuff?
Yeah, like after the end of their abuse,
right,
let's say.
Because I believe in 2005 there was a trial on Michael Jackson on those like accounts of child abuse, and both of those, Wade and the other guy, I don't know how he's called. Jimmy Shivchuk or something like that.
Yeah. It was something with Chuck.
Safe Chuck or Shivchuk or something like that.
Right.
And it's a stupid name.
Okay, sorry.
Something stupid.
Both of them said back in 2005, when they were like 21 and 24, they said back then that Michael did not do anything to them, and so yeah, one of them, I believe Wade or
Shivchuk.
Yeah.
Let's just call him Jimmy.
Yeah. Okay.
I believe Wade. I've read an article that Wade had financial problems lately, and obviously they making serious money now from this documentary, I believe.
Do you think they're making it directly from the documentary? Because I don't.
No.
I think so. Yeah.
What do you think, Max?
I don't think they. I think they got some money up front, and they're not, sharing any of the distribution money or something. I don't think it's. I think they did make some money when Michael was alive. I don't think they.
How did you?
I don't know. It seems like. And that's all, speculation. But I think that Michael was paying them to shut them up.
Hush money, yeah.
Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, there were multiple investigations into him, including a 10-year FBI investigation.
And it didn't prove anything.
It didn't prove anything. But there were multiple cases of there were allegations throughout his career, but again, nothing was proven. But that kind of points out, or it kind of brings you to the fact whether he was so rich that he was able to hide it, or he was so rich that he was being basically catfished. He was being used to get money from. So it really depends what side of the fence you want to fall down on, you know.
And the funny thing is, when they talk about Michael and their encounters with Michael, it's like they had they were playing with another boy their age, right? It's like, and obviously Michael didn't have any childhood, basically. So I think he was trying to get some boys, that were children, that just to have some fun, because he didn't have this kind of fun when he was like 7 or 8, because his father, I think his father, like, he did some pretty bad things.
There's rumors that his father castrated him.
Yeah, chemically castrated him.
That's crazy.
Even though, I don't know, Michael did have children in the end.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're proven to be
his,
biologically his.
What?
Yeah,
I don't think you can do that with 4. How many children? Like 4?
I mean,
kids.
Anything's possible. Like, you can just claim a child as yours.
Like Angelina and Brad.
Not through not through adoption, but I mean, you could pay somebody to get their sperm and implant it into the surrogate, or else just the person that you happen to be with. Like, he was married to 2 different people at least.
Oh, really?
He was married to his nanny, Debbie Rose.
He was a grown-up child.
Yeah.
It's so so creepy.
Did you see that clip that he actually his management would like rent him a whole supermarket so that he could have a walk with a with a trolley and.
Do you think he moonwalked around the supermarket with a trolley?
No, and he had like and they paid actors to have also to have people in
fake shoppers.
Yeah, and
that's disturbing.
And he would have like. Mundane conversations with them, just to feel. Hi. I think, hi, how are you? And just to have, normal conversation with normal people, because I mean, he's the biggest star.
Was
allegedly.
No, he's dead.
Is he though?
Is he?
Oh, that we're
like
not going to
Elvis.
start talking about conspiracy theories. Like
he's like Elvis. Oh, can we switch? I saw the fucking best documentary on Netflix.
Was it about Michael Jackson and androids?
No.
Okay.
It was called Behind the Curve. Fuck me, you have to watch it.
We watched it.
We watched it. You're
really?
You are behind the curve. About 2 weeks behind the curve.
How didn't I? Why did
I think you were somewhere? Yeah. And
we had a quiet night in, boys' night.
Yeah.
Just
I had a sleepover
without me.
I bent over and you put.
I put my pinky in his bum.
Michael put his.
We kind of talked. We mentioned that a tiny bit last week, I think, about how.
Yeah, but that's the 5th podcast. I had to think if I didn't wear this T-shirt before I came here. So
I don't give a fuck.
Because you have like about 5 T-shirts.
Yeah. So I had to
that's not a fucking joke. Yesterday you wore my T-shirt.
Yeah.
I remember once he wore my trousers.
Are you serious?
Yeah. I don't know how that happened because I'm way bigger than he is.
When?
Like my balls, I mean. When I was living here, when I was being a bum in your house. Actually, just on that point, talking about the number of subscribers we have, we are now up to the magic number of 33 subscribers. Can you believe it?
Yep.
That's the same number of subscribers as the same amount of years that Jesus had when he died.
Yeah. So that's. I think we should end now and
just retire.
Leave with a bang.
Speaking about died, I wanted to kind of do a bit of housekeeping from the last podcast, because some of our viewers pointed out some inaccuracies or mistakes that we made in our last podcast.
That's what you get when you have 33 subscribers.
Yeah. So you remember we were talking about Kick the Bucket and the bucket list. Remember the bucket list?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So did we talk about this last night?
Yes, with me.
I told you. Yeah.
But you didn't want to tell me what was the actual.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You saved it.
You remember we were talking about the bucket list, and these are the list of the things.
And why is it called?
The
the bucket list.
So it's connected to this idiom, kick the bucket. And you know that
With-
kick the bucket means to
Die?
die, right? So
All right. And in Polish, it's kick the calendar.
yeah,
actually.
kick the calendar, but kick the bucket. It's got a really dark kind of background story. So if you want to kill yourself, what are the many different ways you can kill yourself? Give me some ideas.
Just fucking bullet to the head.
Yeah, any more?
Hang yourself.
Any more?
Cyanide.
Good. Okay. So hang yourself is the correct answer. What do you need if you're going to hang yourself?
Oh yeah, you need to kick the bucket underneath you.
Yeah, you stand up on the bucket, put the noose around your neck, and kick it from underneath you, and that's how you kick the bucket.
Oh shit.
So it's
That's why
connected
it's
to
called
death and the bucket list. So the things you want to do before you kick the bucket.
Oh shit.
Shout out to my mom.
That's the listener.
Yeah.
That's one of the.
My mom is an avid listener, even
Also,
after we
that-
talked about horrible things in podcast one. Thank you very much, boys.
So your mom told you that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It was
How-
interesting.
how-
She also said you cannot say commit suicide anymore
Why?
because suicide is not a crime anymore, and you only actually commit crimes.
I think in Poland it is, though. I think.
It is in the eyes of the church.
know.
Sure,
Oh, okay.
it's a sin,
Yeah.
but you can't be. Well, obviously, you can't be prosecuted for committing suicide if you're
that's-
successful.
in Poland, I think you can for attempting suicide. You can be
Oh,
prosecuted.
really?
Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
So-
something your mom told you as well?
She's been corrected, like by
Okay.
people. That
You-
said,
you have
shouldn't
to-
say that. You have to say died by suicide.
Okay. You have to have the most wonderful conversations with your mom then.
Well, yeah. We discussed certain things, and she said she's watching it, and I said sorry, and she.
Are you gonna behave now?
No, I'm not going to behave because that wouldn't
Good.
be me. And we should also mention actually that today we were supposed to be joined by a new guest called Kevin.
Kevin Parker.
Kevin
which is
Parker.
the most
He's
American name you can get.
Yeah, unfortunately he's not able to be here with us today because
He almost died.
well, see, Kevin is a really handsome guy, and over the last
Yep.
few months, many people have been telling him that he's really handsome. So his head started to get quite large.
Right.
And as you guys know, Kevin always wears a baseball cap, right?
Yeah.
So I found out early this morning, that Kevin was rushed to ER to have his baseball cap surgically removed.
He looked like a.
A 14-year-old yesterday,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
I
But
would still fuck him. but-
basically, you saw him yesterday. He had the hat on. I mean, it's not coming off. So basically, he's in there for a few days now, and hopefully, when he comes off, he'll still have his hair. Yeah.
Surgery.
Any other things to say about Michael? You mentioned the parents, Pizza.
Yeah, it's so disturbing for me. Like, how would you leave your son for a year with a 40-year-old guy? I can't believe
For a couple of hours even. With a guy that you met like
Yeah.
4 hours before.
And okay, I know it's a gradual thing. It happened over a period of time. So first of all, at first the mothers wouldn't allow them to sleep together.
Mhm.
Then it evolved to just hanging out a couple of hours a day in the room alone.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end, it was like you are staying in a hotel room with the guy, and you not even on the same floor as your child with this guy.
But didn't the mother say that when they started the tour, Michael had given her a room directly beside the hotel room?
And then it started.
And then apparently his people said, "Oh, sorry, the closest room we have is like."
No, they
Three-
actually said that the nicest, closest room is like
It's really far away.
in another country.
Yeah, we're staying in the Ritz, but you're going to be in the motor hotel.
No,
So-
see, and that's my point with the parents as well, with the mothers especially. I think they went there also for not for the money, but for the lifestyle. They had
the
to
one
be
especially.
the one was like really, and you could tell that she was like that she loved the fancy hotels, touring and shit like that.
Yeah.
And obviously I don't mean that she knew about what was happening behind the curtains.
Of course, I don't mean they wanted the thing that happened to their child to happen. I don't mean that.
Just be more careful.
Yeah, it's your child. It's
I guess they were seduced by the stardom, the celebrity, the money.
We have to understand the level of celebrity he was.
He had a fucking llama.
Yeah,
not Dalai Lama.
Yeah, he was bigger than Jesus. Like he was a serious.
You don't
man.
have that celebrity today. I don't think. Name as big as he was. Of course, you have celebrities.
Beyonce.
But he's way bigger. He was like Beyonce, Kim Kardashian, and Kanye all mixed up into one big.
Because he was the first
mentally ill
one
blob.
person besides Elvis Presley. I think.
Yeah.
Then you had Beatles, but they're a band.
Yeah.
So and then after many years, you have this guy that gradually became white.
Yeah. What color did he used to be, Vincenzo?
He was colored.
Black.
Yeah, but okay. Every now and then, I'm thinking about. I can't tell you the disease he had.
Mental illness.
No. I mean, of his skin, because he had a skin something.
Yeah.
But was it not? People were saying he was getting bleached and stuff.
Yeah, even on Wikipedia, how you call it?
Wikipedia,
you have like a vague statement why he turned white at the end. It's so ridiculous.
No, he was actually, he had some skin condition.
Okay.
And but the result of the skin condition, I think, was that he got basically just fucking paid.
He went through black to Mexican to white.
That's not racist.
Speaking of skin color, I was wondering if we could ask our listeners to give me some help here.
Fuck off.
My friend here on the right, Maximilian, I believe that as an Italian, his skin tone is basically yellow, like a Chinese guy, and he's arguing that he's not yellow. Well, actually, what color are you? How do you identify?
I don't know. I know that you are transparent because you're Irish.
I'm fine. I can be transparent, right? But like, it's definitely something I'm worried about. I want you
don't
to
know.
claim
Yellow sounds like a fucking liver disease.
I want you to claim your yellowness.
I'm not fucking yellow.
Just where as you.
Dickhead, you're fucking the same person.
No, I'm not as yellow as you are.
No, he's not. No, he's more olive skinned, like a real Italian man. But you just kind of look like an angry banana.
Did you have your earpiece yesterday?
My earpiece or my earring?
Earring. Yes.
Earring. I've had it in my ear now for quite a while. It's been there for a while. You just have
how old are you?
How old am I?
Yeah.
I'm 37 years young, baby.
Yeah. Young. Yeah. It looks like electronic device. It looks like you pay for stuff with that.
GP. That would be kind of cool, actually. Yeah. No, I don't have any chip in my ear that I can use to pay for anything. That would be awesome, though. So if anyone wants to send me an NFC earring, I'm all for it.
Oh, geez.
Well, what's the email address? You should know it by now.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us because
come on.
Did we get any messages?
No.
Screwed up at gmail.com?
No, it's screwedup.podcast@gmail.com.
So wouldn't it have been much easier for you to just do that at the start instead of asking me?
No, I just wanted to know if you know.
I don't care.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, no one's watching this.
Yeah, we forgot to say who we're sponsored by.
Oh, yeah.
So
right.
Today we're sponsored by that glass of wine, that blah blah button, and the hat of shame.
Right.
Nice. Speaking of wine, can you just... You're a little bit grumpy without alcohol, so just fucking
I'm not grumpy at all. I am flying it.
Yeah.
Flying it.
Absolutely flying it. Do you know what day... Is it today? Oh, no. Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
Sunday.
Correct.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. Woohoo! Chuck your law. Only Irish listeners will get that.
Tell me about the culture. Why do we celebrate that day?
No, you tell me what you think you know about the culture.
I don't know. I know it's green.
What is green? The sky?
No, the leprechaun.
The leprechaun.
Yeah.
The St. Patrick's Day leprechaun. No, wait. Tell me about the St. Patrick's Day leprechaun.
No, he's got a pot of gold.
Okay.
At the end of the rainbow.
Okay.
And he has a sweet green suit on.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
And he talks like you.
Okay. Do you know anything more about the St. Patrick's Day leprechaun?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I just always imagined it's like like Coca-Cola made Santa red, so the culture made St. Patrick just green and the leprechaun.
See, the thing is, there's no connection between St. Patrick and leprechauns.
Okay.
That's kind of a misnomer.
Are the leprechauns in Irish culture?
Yeah,
all?
they're an Irish mythology, but St. Patrick is like just a religious. He was our patron saint. Interestingly enough, you have loads of patron saints. You have more than one.
Yeah, of course. Did St.
shitloads.
Patrick, is that the guy that killed all the snakes in Ireland?
He chased them down a mountain into the ocean, and they never came back.
So basically, you don't have snakes in Ireland.
We don't have snakes. No. He also had he was kind of like a bishop at the end, and any time he put his staff on the ground, apparently a tree rose up.
Right. And it's the staff meaning not his dick, just
his wooden staff.
right.
Yeah. But you know the symbol of Ireland, the shamrock that you might, that little green plant.
Yeah.
Right.
That you might see in an Irish jersey or something. St. Patrick brought that because we were pagans. We had no religion. And he came back from Wales, which is actually his home country, and he brought back this to explain to the pagans Christianity. Because the three parts of the leaf mean God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So he used the leaf to explain to the common people the what do they call it?
The three something.
Oh, Jesus, my brain is not working. The Holy Trinity or whatever. Yeah.
Holy Trinity.
Yeah. What about Polish myths? Because I have there's a list of Irish mythology stuff that I could go on and on about. But are there any folk legends? Any weird monsters? Any
I think you asked the wrong people.
I'm curious.
No idea.
Yeah.
We are kind of in a limbo between Poland and Italy because I have no idea.
Well, there are not any kind of stories when you were growing up about unusual, I don't know, not goblins, but just things that go bump in the night, kind of unusual stories that would kind of scare you, or creepy haunted places or anything like that.
I don't think so. No, because
I'm sure
it was, divided between Italian and Poland.
And Germany, because
okay.
There's
nothing like that. No. I'm sure there is massive amounts,
okay.
but
that's kind of
because
annoying.
Polish people we have a saint for everything. Saint Christoph is the saint of drivers. He's the patron saint.
Of driving
of drivers.
Jesus, I need to meet him.
Yeah. Then you have there's loads and loads of. We have for everything we have one, and it's just getting ridiculous now.
Do you have a patron saint of angry bananas?
Yeah.
Saint Maximilian.
Yeah.
But you know that the banshee. Have you ever heard of the banshee?
No.
This in games and movies you might see. It's like the woman that screams and her voice is so loud that it can hurt your ears.
Right.
She's an Irish mythology. The Headless Horseman. He's Irish. He's originally called a Doulahan.
Is that from Ireland?
Yeah, but the original story is way cooler.
Right.
So, but that's the story that Tim Burton made a movie about.
He did Sleepy Hollow, I think.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow. Yeah.
But it's way more brutal because the Headless Horseman in Irish culture, he uses his his spine as a whip. So he uses his backbone as a whip, and he carries around a lantern, a lamp, and this lamp can basically see for about 2 or 3 kilometers. And if he's shining the lamp and you look directly at it, apparently a bucket of blood gets thrown on top of you. A huge amount of blood just gets thrown on top of you.
From
in the original
from
story.
the sky.
With no explanation why or anything.
Well, I guess it's the sign of your forthcoming death.
Okay.
I presume that's the indicator, but
what's a dick?
yeah, I mean it's There has to be. It'd be no point getting just a bucket of blood and just leaving them there.
that would be so confusing.
Why would you do that?
Just like, fuck. Yeah, that's a serious nosebleed.
That's true.
Anything hit your curiosity stick this week? Anything else?
Oh yeah, the guy that jumped from the electricity
Post.
Pylon. Yeah.
I shouldn't be laughing, but it just because of that because of that person, the whole the whole city just went.
So maybe we should explain. So there was when was it, on Thursday?
Yeah.
On Thursday,
Yeah.
there was a guy that around 9 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. he.
No, it was earlier than that, guys.
Was it?
6:50.
It was in the morning because
6 a.m.
6 a.m. Yeah. He got up there early.
Yeah. So he just fucking. Oh, bless you. He climbed the electricity post like 30 meters up in the air, and the city just shut off the electricity in half of the town, I think, right?
Yeah, the trams all got backed up and the electricity got turned off and people couldn't get to where they wanted to get. That's why Vincenzo accidentally called him a dick.
So he climbed that thing and they shut down the electricity to not shock him, I would presume.
I don't know.
Yeah,
what was
why wouldn't?
Yeah, but like if he was climbing it already, right?
Yeah, he was climbing it to
Yeah,
kill
but he
himself.
could
Just
when he
leave
was up.
the
When
thing
he was
on.
up there, he could fucking touch something or I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Could he touch himself?
He climbed that thing to kill himself,
Yeah.
not to get the view. So
So
just
you're
leave
saying
the electricity on, and just it's so
don't
easy.
say
to
that. No, you should save
He's
as
al-
many lives as you can.
He was obviously suffering from mental illness as well,
he
like
was.
Michael Jackson.
I'm joking,
Yeah,
but it was quite funny.
funny.
That's a
It
good
was-
word, like colored. That's a good. Yeah. Your words are sometimes.
It was a bit funny because like the whole city just shut down.
Because of
I
one
would use.
guy. Yeah,
I
but
would.
because
I
of
would
one
probably
guy.
use more like tragic or you know
It's
disappointing
disturbing.
or
Yeah.
disturbing.
So he was up there for 3 hours. A guy
And
was
he
talking.
said no.
Well,
A
negotiator was
mhm.
talking to him for 3 hours, and eventually he just jumped. Imagine being that guy. Although, okay,
The
these guy-
negotiator.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine being that guy. You are talking to a guy for 3 hours to not kill himself, and eventually he just gives up.
Yeah, it must be. I was discussing this with Alex, and she was saying that. We were both saying that.
Alex is a girl, by the way.
Yeah, my girl. We were saying that if you have that job, he probably has more than that. Happens like multiple occasions. He's probably a hostage negotiator as well.
Yeah.
So he or she probably loses people. Probably quite regularly. So it has to be like kind of like a doctor where you compartmentalize and just kind of go, okay, that happened, but I don't-
you have to
I
be
can't deal
mentally.
with it
Yeah.
in a this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the same thing goes for like paramedics and like I wouldn't
Firefighters, for example,
yeah.
they are the first sometimes to be in a car accident, and the amount of fucking shit that they need to look at and be ready and full functioning at the time. I couldn't do that as well. That has to be like.
Apparently, somebody Alex knows became a firefighter, and apparently the training there, it's super intense to the point where some people might even say that they don't maybe like attempt to brainwash them, that's the wrong word, but they maybe try to put certain psychological things in place,
right,
that mean you have to be able to harden yourself to deal with the toughness and the reality of the situation. And she said you could feel the difference in these people because
right.
they have to deal with this really, really, I guess like military style training. Yeah.
Right. So on the topic of I think mental strength and stuff, it was brought to my attention lately about. Do you know something about it's called baby blues.
Baby blues, yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Postnatal depression.
What?
Postnatal depression.
So it's not defined as
Okay, it doesn't sound amazing then.
Okay.
Yet it's not it's a depressive state. It's not depression. So baby blues is basically women after they gave birth, they just
Some of them
get into a depressive state where they think they should feel this joy of having a baby,
And they don't.
They don't, and so they might get angry at the baby sometimes and stuff.
Yeah.
So this can last from 2 weeks until from 2 weeks to 6 months.
Okay.
This state. How do you think how many women
Kill themselves.
no how many women get to that state
suffer from it?
how,
No.
Like
What do you think?
30%, I would say.
what do you think?
Oh man, I'd be throwing figures out, but I imagine it's probably really high. I'd say maybe even 50% of women.
It's 50. Every other
Woman gets it.
woman gets it.
So
Wow.
that's interesting because Aga's mom is she's a nurse and she works with she's one of the nurses that
Delivers
deliver
children? Yeah?
the
Okay.
children and with really bad conditions
Okay,
most of the
okay,
time.
Okay.
The fucking pictures that Aga's mom showed me, fuck me. It's like let's not talk about that.
Dark.
It's really dark.
Dark.
But she's this kind of nurse that she would also occasionally visit the moms after the so she helped a lot of women get out of this state of this state of how do you
it's
baby blues of
Baby
the
blues, it's
depression.
called, so it can last up to 6 months, and the problem is that women don't talk to each other about it. So you have how young mothers just gather with their babies and have those talk.
Yeah.
So just imagine you have a group of women with their babies, let's say 10 women, and 5 of them are in this state of like
and they have to like
and they're
fake
not,
it. They have to fake it.
They I love my baby so much. It's like it's not that you don't love your baby. It's like you have this picture in movies, and then that's we have this moment of bliss where you look at your baby and you have you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it can get dangerous. From like I was speaking to a specialist about it. She was telling me like after the 6 months, if that lasts more than 6 months, you get depressed, and it can lead to like mothers killing their babies.
Oh yeah, okay.
killing their babies.
Yeah.
Killing
Oh shit.
Because it
throwing
blamed them
in-
for their
yeah.
different life, I guess.
Yeah.
I wonder. Sorry.
No, go on.
I wonder if it's kind of a symptom, like you kind of touched on it, where we live in a society that's really media and TV led, and we're kind of led to believe that, let's say, every marriage is a happy marriage, every new baby is a great new life. You see it in the movies, like you said. You have this push for 2 seconds, wah. When in reality it's like pain,
blood,
shit,
shit,
blood
piss.
everywhere, and then you have marriage, like everything, live happily ever after, and it's just plainly not. And when women actually come to the realization that, oh shit, this is real life now, and it probably hits them like a ton of bricks. Like there's that.
I think it's also I'm sure it's also chemical, like the after delivering after giving birth to a baby, there's some like chemical changes that go on in your brain. That
there's one hormone that kicks in, and it's a primal thing, but it kicks in because in order to prevent the mother, it's not like humans did it, but it's dated back to where humans weren't humans. It kicks in to prevent the mother from eating their child.
Oh,
so there's
okay,
one hormone
okay.
that is released in your brain in your body
to kind of hide that primal urge.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's useful. It's kind of. Did you hear about that state that happens? And it happens to, I think it was primarily Japanese people, who.
You mean yellow people?
No. Japanese people. They're kind of renowned for being like the camera happy tourists, but apparently Paris is so beautified and idealized over in Japan that when they finally save up all of their money and make it to Paris, and then they arrive in Paris and it's crowded and it's busy and it's really multicultural and in a negative way, even though I don't agree that personally, but their dreams come crashing down so quickly that they actually become depressed.
I've heard about it. In China, they replicated Paris. There was one city they love it so much. China. They love it so much. They replicated Paris in China. There's a city called something similar.
Paris.
And there's the Eiffel Tower and Louvre and everything.
That's bonkers.
Yeah. It's so ridiculous. They love it so much. I don't know why.
Yeah, but they replicated it with Chinese parts, so it probably will last another year, and then it just falls down.
That microphone's probably from China.
No, from Bangladesh.
We didn't get any letters
Cambodia.
beneath the door, so it's working for now.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Actually, I wonder, should I ask my mother about the blues thing? Because she had 4 kids.
Right.
I'd be interested to know if she suffered from it, because I think the only blues that she suffered was when she had
you.
I was the first, but I'm sure when she got to Rory, who's the youngest, she probably just went, "Oh, not again."
So 2 boys, 2 girls. Right?
2 boys. No. 1 boy, 2 girls, 1 man.
1 man.
I was born hairy.
I can imagine that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Looks yeah. Oh, jeez.
Some depressing topics today. Do you have?
But not. Maybe we can try and finish on a happy note. Let's see if we have any. Oh Jesus, I don't have any happy things. I do want to say one thing even before we move on. If we move on, we met one of our dear friends last night, Mariah Marconi.
Marconi.
We believe that she hasn't subscribed, and she hasn't even watched any of our podcasts. So Marconi, if you ever bother yourself to get around to watching our podcast, could you please hit that bell and subscribe, bitch?
Yeah, I was shocked. She didn't.
And that's friends.
Even I subscribed it. So.
You subscribe to your own
See,
channel.
that's like liking your own fucking Facebook post.
I mean, you did it as well. Don't act like.
I may have pressed it by accident. Yeah. Oh, we didn't talk about our concert, because the last time when we were having the podcast,
we
were getting really excited to have a concert.
Actually, we got like fucked up with the Jaeger last time, a little bit. Wasn't that bad, but.
Well, basically, I'll tell you what happened. We arrived and there was some guy playing on the stage, and he sounded really good for about 10 minutes, and then he finished, and I was like, oh, so my guy, the guy that I really was waiting for, he was one of the supports. I was like, yes, he's going to be next. And then there was no support. He was that guy. So I went to the concert for basically 10 minutes to see my guy.
What?
Yeah. We got there a little bit late, and he'd already basically finished his set, which seemed to be quite a good set, actually. And then we just ordered like 4 pints each and listened to Perturbator, this dark synthwave guy. Interesting for about a half an hour.
Yeah. Also, you went there for the support.
I went there for the support.
Okay.
I think Vincenzo kind of preferred the other guy, Perturbator. Really interesting and intense, but I think intense. It was nearly too much.
Yeah.
Too much. It was like boom, 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 boom.
I hate that kind of music.
It was good.
It wasn't bad, but I don't know if I could take. because it got a little repetitive at points, and I thought there'd be a bit more atmosphere changes in it, but there wasn't.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a bit
How many
disturbing.
people were there?
Oh, it was packed.
It was packed.
Mhm.
Packed, yeah.
Yeah, and so many metalheads.
Yeah, lots.
Metalheads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For
a
electronic.
crossover.
Yeah.
I'm
Because-
telling you, it's a crossover. Like dark wave and synthwave is like metalheads and ravers mixed.
And the guy, the perturbator, played with a drummer as well.
Yeah.
So there was double bass and that's that kind of just.
It's really dark,
Really?
and the beats are very heavy, like really heavy. You can feel it going through your body. So it does appeal to some metalheads.
Okay.
Alternative on a other note, I got gifted 2 jazz tickets very kindly yesterday by one of my students, and I tried over the period of 7 or 8 hours to give away 2 30s jazz tickets for a really nice jazz club in Wrocław. Could I give them away? Could I fuck? It was like I was trying to give people free herpes.
I would go, but it was on a Friday night, and I just wanted to have a pint and lay low, not going.
That's why you're never going to go anywhere.
Yeah, you never gonna
No
get
motivation.
laid.
Never get okay.
That's what yellow people
Okay, you
do.
fucking virgins. Jesus.
Oh, speaking of that, that just made me think of something. When did you lose your virginity? I'm not going to ask for who, because that would be a bit weird, but when did you lose your virginity?
I don't really know, to be honest. I don't remember.
I was 16. I remember.
Yeah, something
I'm
like
not that cruel. Like,
Yeah.
you're an animal.
wasn't so good. So yeah, so 15, 16.
15,
something.
16.
Yeah.
I thought with you two guys it'd be
Yeah, like
younger.
9. What?
No, I just assumed because this place, this beautiful podcast location has been known to host a few bunga parties.
Yeah, we had some crazy parties.
Yeah.
It's like almost 100 meters squared, but we had like 50 people
I
here.
remember once. We were, I don't know, maybe 18.
Maybe.
I don't
Mm.
even think we were 18.
Okay.
There was one guy.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, there was one guy that we knew pretty well, and we were like certain he was dead.
Oh, I remember that.
We I don't know what to do. We should bury him. He was so drunk. He was like fucking
A
on
sack
the
of
ground.
potatoes, yeah. That was scary, actually.
Yeah, it was. Now it's funny, but at the time we were like so certain he was
Yeah.
dead.
Do I know this guy? You don't have to tell me who it is.
No,
No.
no,
Okay.
no.
Okay.
And after, like, a while, we noticed that he was fucking breathing. Another, like, guy that had, like, 2 meters. A really high guy. Yeah, a huge guy. He took him, just fucking picked him up over his
Yeah, we told
shoulders.
him, so just carry him home.
Yeah.
He was living not so far.
Yeah, not so far away. And we are like, yeah, I'm 100% sure he dropped him at least a couple of times.
Did that
on the way.
wake the dead guy up?
No,
Nope,
no.
he was sleeping for 2 days.
I saw that. He banged his head so fucking hard. I didn't see that guy for I don't know, a couple of years, but I'm
Probably
almost,
dead now.
Yeah, I'm almost certain he's like Alzheimer's or something, because he just dropped from so high, and I could hear the head banging out of the street from, I don't know, 30 meters.
Where would you have buried him?
That's a good question. I would because
Oh,
it was-
wait. How would you get rid of a body? Let's just say, out there,
Right.
there was a dead body.
Okay, so we are on a party here in
Yeah.
this apartment.
Yeah.
And we have a dead body we need to
You need to
And
dispose
get rid
of it.
of-
How are you going to get rid of it?
And only
Okay.
the three of us knows. That
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
a dead
It's only
body.
the three of us that are here.
Okay, so the obvious thing is to go to the park here
Mhm.
nearby with the small river.
Okay, but how are we going to get from here to the park with the body?
Come on, this place saw some weird shit. The neighbors. So I think
If
I
we're
think
just carrying him like over the shoulder.
Oh, he's drunk. Don't worry
Would be
about
normal.
it. Yeah, that would be normal.
So you'd put him in between the three of us, like he's
Yeah.
a drunk guy,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
carry him down to Niskiwanki.
Yeah, but I wouldn't throw him in the river.
He would probably.
Yeah, he would pop up.
I mean, that
somewhere.
river is like really shallow. If you're just like plump, oh well, we have to go get him out of the river now.
Because his head is just fucking over the water.
Okay.
I would saw his joints off of him.
What?
Yeah, I would. I would just get rid of I would bury him with the white powder thing that dissolves.
Oh, it
muscle,
dissolves the body. Okay, so
it's used in constructions. Wapno in Polish.
Oh,
You
I
just
don't know.
throw that thing.
saltpeter maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Something that will decompose the
you
body.
just throw the body that is a bit, sort
Okay.
of, and into a ditch.
Okay,
Covered it with that white powder,
okay.
and after
Would you actually dig up a hole?
Dig a proper hole.
Yeah.
Would you not be afraid? Like, let's say if we go down to Niskiwanki, that's the park that's near us, by the way. There's loads and loads and loads of dogs who walk that park every single day. Like, would you not be afraid?
Dig up like a 30
Yeah, but
meter hole?
dogs' noses are 800 times more sensitive than ours.
Yeah, but if you dig up a hole 6 feet deep,
Mm-hmm. Are you gonna
I would
dig a
just
hole
watch.
6 foot deep down in
What?
Niskiwanki?
yeah.
That's gonna take a while.
I mean, you have a dead body. Just do the work. I mean, okay, that's too much. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Fuck that, I'm too lazy.
Well, you're
just
but
procrastinating.
You said you're gonna saw up the joints.
Yeah.
Why, if we
Um,
carry him and then dig the hole, why do we have to
Yeah,
cut
I
him
mean,
up?
I just want to do it.
Fuck me.
Creepy.
That
How
came
would
out
you do
soon.
that?
I don't know. I think chemicals would probably need to be involved. Maybe I would, if I was living on the bottom floor of this building. If we were, I would probably make a hole in the floor and then
It would
dissolve
start
it.
It would start to sting.
But if you dissolved it with the chemical, like if you dug up the floorboards, let's say, and you made a hole and then put
That's the most stupid thing.
no, because if you dissolve it, it would just melt
Oh, okay.
melt it completely, so
Okay.
there's nothing left.
So all the gunk and everything would be just fucking... Okay, that's a great
The
idea.
gunk would-
Dissolve also the floor. You know that.
Under the floor, put into the
Yeah.
foundations, make a hole in the foundations, and then just cover it.
Marco.
We have just been invaded by it's not Germany, it's a dog.
Idź Marku, co jest, Mieszka?
Marco is the love of my life. Very affectionate. Wicek, actually, just because that kind of is perfect timing. Would you like to tell us the story of how you fell in love with Marco? Would you like to tell us the story of how you fell in love with Marco?
How I fell in love.
How you
with
found Marco? How you?
I don't know if okay. The guy is not watching a fucking podcast with 30 subscribers. So
Nobody knows that his name is Marco, right? Was he originally called Marco?
No.
Also, nobody knows who it is.
So yeah, I basically stole that guy, like Marco, my dog. I just stole him
From a wealthy family.
No, he was beaten and a bit in a pickle.
In a
let's say.
pickle. How did you steal him?
I drove up like at 4 o'clock.
In the morning.
Yeah, I mean 4 a.m.
Uh-huh.
and just lured him in with some parówka.
Oh, like little sausages.
Sausages, yeah.
Okay.
And he just came to me and I took him.
Nice.
Yeah, but the guys in
It was
the,
never more miserable since...
the guys in the animal rescue center told me that's that's basically the fastest and most efficient way to do it.
Really?
Yeah, because there's no laws in
Mhm.
Poland. Like the guy, the Marco was beaten. He was very
Allegedly.
very poorly treated. He was living in a fucking. It was terrible.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
I was Yeah. First of all, I called the animal rescue center here in Poland. Then of course I called the police and so on. But they can't do anything in Poland. It's so ridiculous. Like you can see the guy, you can see Marco. He has like 2 scars on his face.
Really?
Because he was beaten.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can see it now. They're pretty well, but yeah.
Okay.
It's so ridiculous. And the guys in the animal rescue center just told me to get him, and I probably shouldn't tell that, but one of the person that was working in the animal rescue center, she was with me
while you were taking him.
Okay.
She helped me.
So it's like street justice, kind of.
Yeah. Now this dog is annoying as fuck.
Nah, it's not.
Yes,
You need a dog in your life.
We are actually moving out from here in a couple of months, and I told Aga that for at least half a year I don't want to fucking hear about dogs. I don't want to have a dog, and nothing, because at some point, I don't know if you remember, when Vita came here, Vincenzo with Marco, it was like a fucking zoo, man.
Was that the day when like you woke up and there was like 3 shits on the ground? Because it was like Rosanna's dog, Mietek, and Marco had. I think there was just fucking shit and piss everywhere.
And don't get me wrong, I fucking love dogs. I love Marco and everything, but I just need a fucking break.
What about a hamster?
What's the point of having a hamster?
Hamsters are kind of funny. I had hamsters when I was younger.
Our mom, we wanted a hamster when we were little, but our mom always told us that she will never have rats running around the house.
Yeah, they're clean though. They spend all day cleaning themselves. Like they have these little human hands. Like their hands are basically like human hands, and they're just like licking their hands and grooming themselves. They're basically Italian. But my mother actually murdered one of my hamsters.
Murdered?
What?
But
Wow.
maybe that's a bit of a strong word.
Yeah, probably.
I
ditched her in niskie łąki.
yeah. Decomposed with saltpeter. My memories might be getting mixed up here, but I seem to think that when I came back to my home house in Ireland, after being away maybe in another city for a while or abroad, one of the hamsters was deceased, and I believe that he was overfed.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so killed by fatness.
Killed by fatness.
Right.
That's a good way to go though.
Yeah, Mom can of course correct me on that, but
I was thinking about she strangled him with a pillow.
Yeah, that was my...
a really tiny pillow. Die, motherfucker!
Okay, fucking hell. Okay, we should end this.
Yeah, Max, do you want to say? Do you want to do our outro? I'm just putting you on the spot now.
Do we have an outro?
We do now. Go.
Yeah, we have a jingle as well. You should do a jingle.
I think we should get a jingle.
Yeah.
I was looking at it today. I was looking at this website I was telling you about, Fiverr.
Yeah, that's probably something we should discuss on the podcast as well.
Yeah, so we need to do that. Yeah. So we should hit the
like button, subscribe. Beyonce, she sneezed on a beat and the beat got sicker.
Wait. There is still time, people.
Yeah.
There is still time. Please put on that. That was shameful.
You said so much shit today on the podcast, and I'm the one fucking wearing the fucking hat.
I think it's becoming.
I just was referencing Beyonce.
Beyonce? Who's Beyonce?
Beyonce? I
Beyonce?
don't know how to fucking...
Exactly. So if you can't speak, don't.
I'm 1/3 Australian, so that's why.
Now that you've got that little black bit on the top of your head, it makes you look even more like a banana.
I fucking hate you. Let's wrap it up.
Peace out, homies.
Peace.